All right, pit bulls. So I wanted to go over this with you. It's really important. If you don't have a plan, you're screwed. All right. Fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you don't have a plan, you're screwed, as I say it. And you got to start that plan with a goal. So if you don't know where you want to go, if you don't know what you want, definitely cannot get there, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this goal setting worksheet. Okay, so it's very important in trading that you don't trade blind, that you don't trade random. This isn't a gambling session. This isn't a trip to the casino every time you pull up a Robinhood app. All right, so it's very important that you trade smart. All right, start slow, start smart. Okay, so start by setting your goals. So we're going to walk through this real quick. So effective goal setting is really going to allow you to visualize things and get you from point A to point B. So, like I said, if you don't know where you're going, definitely can't get there. So, we got to figure out where we're going first. So, you got to have a clear purpose and direction. You have to be visual of what you want, visualize what you want, how you're going to get it. You have to be able to assess your progress along the way. And this is all going to lead you to be much more likely to achieve the result. Now, you're going to get a copy of this and everything. We're going to go through it together. But by considering our goals as outcomes, we must also understand that these same outcomes bring changes and consequences too. So we should therefore answer a number of questions to help visualize ourselves at the end goal and what it may feel like as a result. When setting goals, there are typically long-term outcomes. Therefore, it can be difficult to measure the small changes of progress towards these goals more significant, towards these larger, more significant goals, and many people can get sidetracked along the way. So if you set up a goal, I want to be a millionaire in 10 years, but 6 months go by and you haven't tracked your progress at all, you're going to give up because you don't know if you're doing well or not. So it's not on your mind. So we like to set mini goals, and that way we can see how our daily performance and processes are helping us to progress towards our main goal. And if they're not helping us progress to our main goal, we know we got to change what we're doing, right? Listen to my podcast. If you want what you got, keep doing what you're doing. All right. Support that facts, figures, detailed output, blah, blah. All that means we're going to track this stuff. I'm going to give you a spreadsheet that I use to track my trades, to track my results, to track my goals, that you can use to help you. Okay. But we always do our goals smart. So we're going to set smart goals. We're not going to set dumb goals. All right. So SMART goals, SMART is an acronym. It stands for specific, measurable, attainable, or achievable, relevant. We used to say realistic, time-based. Okay. So a couple of different ways you can put this acronym, but it all works. All right, so specific. The goal's got to be written down and have clear expectations, very specific. So in training weight loss clients, if somebody says, I want to lose weight, that's not specific. Okay, I want to lose 10 pounds. Okay, that is specific, right? So it's the same thing with trading. If you're saying, I want to make money trading, I get that so much. I ask people, what are your goals for trading? I want to make tons of money. I want to be rich. That's not specific at all. So don't plan on getting there. Okay. But when you're specific, okay, I want to be financially free. So then you just got to reverse engineer it. So if you have this big thing in your head that's down the road, I want to be financially free, reverse engineer it from there. Okay. So crazy this So reverse engineer. You want to be rich. You want to be financially free. Okay, what does that mean to you? How much money do you need to consider yourself rich? How much money do you need to consider yourself financially free? And then go from there. So let's say you need to make $100,000 a year to be financially free. Now, okay, is that before or after taxes? Now you're getting a little bit more specific at least, right? So I need to make $100,000 a year before taxes to be financially free, and that is my goal. Okay, so how much do you need to make 100,000 a year? Okay, you need to make 25,000 a quarter, right? And then you break that down. So a quarter is what, 3 months? So you break that down. Okay, and then you can break it down to the point where you're at the days. Okay, and then if you're making, so there's only 220 trading days, so you gotta break it down a little bit different than a normal year is 365. But point is, you want to be specific with exactly how much you need to make or want to make, or your financial goal, and who's going to be accomplishing this goal along the way. What support do you need along the way? Will this goal change along the way? Is it starting at, you're going to start off making $100 a day, but you want to work your way up to $1,000 a day? All right. So the next one is measurable. It's got to be measurable. So money, finances is really easy to measure. So specific, where do you want to go? Is it measurable? So how are we going to measure this? Are we going to measure this by daily income? Are we going to measure this by hitting a certain number in your bank account? Are we going to measure this by liquidity? Are we measuring it by assets? It just depends. Achievable or attainable. So is it realistic? So if you've never traded a day in your life before and you're like, I want to start off trading today, and you have $100 to start trading with, and you're like, I want to make $1,000 a day with this $100, probably not realistic. I go through the Facebook groups all the time and see that stuff. I got $200 to invest. I need a stock that's going to give me a 500% return right now. Who's got it? It's like, dude, you're gonna lose all your money. So I would highly recommend that you start small and start smart, and don't go crazy with your goals. Now, it's okay to set crazy goals. If you don't set crazy goals, you won't hit crazy goals, but you got to be realistic, which is what the R usually stands for. This as a saying relevant, which could also be what it stands for, but not realistic. But it's kind of the same as achievable, attainable, realistic, all the same thing. Relevant, is it going to improve your life? Is being financially free going to improve your life? Is losing weight going to improve your life? Is whatever your goal is it going to improve your life? And then focusing on that, focusing on the end game and the consequences of the end game, help you stick with the goal. All right, so, and then the last one is T, time based. So that's, does the goal have a date of completion? Is it based on time? So if your goal is, I want to have $1 million, okay, by the time you die, do you want $1 million in the next 50 years, in the next 5 years, in the next year? When is it? We got to have a completion date. We have to be able to track this. We have to be able to see if we're on track to hit what we're trying to do. All right, so remember that acronym SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based whenever you're setting your goals. All right, so going into the actual worksheet here then. Right here, you're just going to fill out your goal. So what's the goal that you want to achieve? All right, next you got a little checklist here to see if it's SMART. So you're just going to read over your goal. You're going to go, cool. Is it specific? Yes. Boom. Is it measurable? Boom. Achievable? Boom. Realistic? Boom. Time-based? Boom. Cool. And then why is this goal important to you? So that's really important. Your why is really important, because when you don't feel like getting up early and checking on the market, or you don't feel like going too crazy. So let's say you feel like getting FOMO and investing in all this crazy stuff and buying all these crazy options and just doing too much. What's going to stop you? What's going to hold you back? What's going to give you that self-control to be smart and continue to hit that goal? So why is this goal important to you? So if it's important because I want to spend more time with my kids, is it important because I want to quit my job? Is it important because I want to be free? Whatever it is, figure out why you're doing this. And then where are you now in relation to your goal? So if your goal is to be a millionaire and you just made your first $1,000, starting off. But if your goal is to make $100,000 and you made 80,000 last year, then we just need a little bump in production. All right. How would you know when you've achieved your goal? So that's, if it's measurable, you should know. What are the consequences of achieving your goal? So this kind of sets you in the mindset and gets you thinking of what could happen, what could go right, what could go wrong. What's positive about achieving the goal? Okay, positive. I'll have more money. I'll have more time. I'll have more freedom. What's a negative? Higher taxes. I don't know what I'll do with all my free time. There's plenty of things that can go there as well. All right. And then action steps. So what needs to be achieved? What needs to be done to achieve this goal? So what are the action steps? What are you going to do? Are you going to join an alert service? Are you going to take a course on trading? Are you going to take a course on options? Are you going to reach out to a mentor or somebody you trust for advice? Are you going to build a tracker in Google Sheets or Excel so that you can track your results? What are you going to do? What action steps are you going to take to hit this goal? When you do achieve this goal, what's next? So after your deadline, what's the date that you want to achieve this goal by, and what are the milestones in between, and then what? All right, necessary resource. What additional resources will you need for your success? How we find them? What things, subjects you need to learn about? Potential challenges. Are there any potential challenges that might come across? How will you overcome them? How can people in your environment support you on the way to success? So, like one thing, I have to have a nanny come over every morning at 9 o'clock to help with my kids so that they don't drive me crazy while I trade and I can actually focus on the trades. Um, how ready are you to make changes in order to achieve your goal? So is this a goal that's just kind of like, nah, I kind of want to do it eventually, maybe someday, or is this a goal like I'm ready to quit my job right now and go all in on trading if this goal is realistic? All right, and that's all I got for you on the goal setting. I hope this helps. It's very important to keep the right mindset when you're trading, not get too caught up, to not gamble, to not get caught in FOMO, to not go chasing, not catching falling knives, not trying to get rich quick. All right, but to stay focused, to set a goal, and to figure out how you're going to get there. So start with setting a goal. Got the worksheet here for you, and let me know how that goes. And let's get it. All right, peace, pit bulls.